All right. Good evening, everyone. Good day. And greetings to you all. Welcome. I am your holistic lifestyle coach and host, Angelina. Welcoming you to Wealth Builders Alliance for Friday evening. So thank you for joining in. We're going to get into this conversation. So I am on Facebook Live. I'm on YouTube Live. I am on Stereo, and I am on Clubhouse. Okay. So we're going to have this conversation tonight for Wealth Builders Alliances. So last week, we had the same conversation. It was the same topic. Okay. And what happened last week, I wound up having a conversation with someone else on Stereo, and I got off topic for the conversation, which I often do sometimes. So I worked really hard this week to make sure I had everything in place for everyone to have this conversation tonight. And the topic at hand is the correlation between your relationships and your wealth. Okay. So for those of you that know me, I do all kinds of things. I am a nurse. First of all, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, a whole lot of things. But I'm a nurse by profession. Okay. I become a life coach, a lifestyle coach, which is what my Clearest Conscious holistic lifestyle coaching is all about. I am a CNA instructor. I'm an educator. I am an ordained minister. I write resumes. I am an artist. I do all kinds of things. So I'm a life insurance producer, all kinds of things. Okay. So I want to share my knowledge with you all and help empower you all. So with Clearest Conscious holistic lifestyle coaching, my motto is promoting empowerment through acknowledgement, accountability, and integrity. So I try to be as open and honest with everyone and transparent and relatable with everyone as I can, because we're all in this together. We are all learning and growing and evolving, right? So this conversation tonight is a redo from last Friday, because I do want to do justice, do my due diligence to my audience. Okay. So we're going to have this conversation. And really quick, let me see something really quickly. If you're an echo, give me just a second. Let me see. Okay. So I want to be able to follow everything on these different platforms. So we're going to have this conversation. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Please like and share. I promise I will be on point, on key. So please like and share, even if you don't stay. I promise I will not be vulgar or inappropriate. Okay. I want to educate and empower whoever I can. So please like and share. So tonight we're talking about the correlation between your relationships, our relationships and our wealth. So let me pull up this PowerPoint. Give me just a second. I told you I'm gonna stay on key tonight. I'm gonna stay on point tonight. Okay. So I'm gonna share my screen. Give me just a second to do so. So I can make sure I'm staying on point with you all. Okay. Please feel free to put your comments in the chat and I will try to respond appropriately. Y'all know technology can kind of be funny sometimes. So give me just a second. Bear with me if you will, please. Okay. So this is the topic at hand, okay? So why we're having this conversation is because a lot of times we don't realize the correlation with a lot of things in life. We go through life and we're not attentive, we're not mindful, and that includes myself, being honest, right? So we're gonna have this conversation so we can be mindful of things and do better. And we want to live our best lives, right? And it's a choice, okay? Everything we do is a choice. So we're going to have this conversation and hopefully it's going to help you all. Please make sure you grab pen and paper and take some notes. And hopefully it'll help you. Okay. So the correlation between your relationships and your wealth. Why is this important? Because a lot of us, who could not use more money? Who cannot use more wealth? All of us could, right? And if you are good where you're at, please feel free to jump on here and share with all of us how you're making it. I would love to hear that. We're going to pay it forward tonight, okay? So I see my queen sister is on Clubhouse. And like I said, I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Clubhouse, and Stereo, okay? So we'll have this conversation. And hopefully it was going to empower someone. So the correlation, why is this important? Because a lot of us don't realize that the company that we keep can oftentimes advance or inhibit or hesitate us, inhibit us, delay us, excuse me. So we're going to have this conversation. So first of all, let me see. Give me just a second. Let's define some things. Okay. So what is a relationship? A relationship is the way in which two or more concepts, objects, or people are connected, or the state of being connected. Okay. The way in which two or more people or groups regard and behave toward each other. That's what a relationship is. And so we're going to dive into the differences in relationships and how they're valuable or invaluable to our well-being. So what is wealth? Wealth is an abundance of valuable possessions or money. It is plentiful supplies of a particular resource. It measures the value of all the assets of worth owned by a person, community, company, or a country. So when we talk about wealth, wealth can be it can be monetary, it can be educational resources, values, skills, etc. Right? So when we talk about wealth, it's not just being rich because you have all these fancy clothes, and designer merchandise. Do you have assets? Do you have sustainability for you and your family, you and your loved ones? Can you leave a legacy? That is what is important. And so when we look at the correlation between our relationships and our wealth, Hopefully after tonight, it will enlighten some people, including myself. I always love to learn, even from my own teachings. So we're going to learn together, right? So let's dive into it. What type of relationships are you currently intertwined in? And so there's different levels. When we think about relationships, we think about, intimacy, family, things like that. So we have personal relationships, family, like your parents, siblings, your spouse or partner, your children, close friends, things like that, right? Then you have professional relationships, like work. And we don't think about work being relationship oriented, but it is. That includes coworkers, management, third-party vendors. So like for me, for instance, I'm a nurse, right? So as a nurse, we have different people coming in and out of facilities, right? Other, the water delivery people, home care people, different people coming in and out. Those are relationships. If you volunteer for different establishments, you're developing relationships. And then when we look at indirect relationships or circumstantial or conditional relationships, like my queen sister taught me conditional relationships, which is a big deal. You have school, church, again, volunteer services where you're at events and gatherings, right? So we're going to break those things down. But before we do, I want you all to think about some things. When it comes to your wealth, are you where you want to be and where you should be regarding your wealth? Right? So everyone could do better, right? Inflation is crazy. The cost of living is crazy. So where are you? So think about these things. Have you established goals to achieve the wealth that you want in life? And it sounds really simple. Who wants to be a millionaire? Who doesn't want to be a millionaire? But have you established goals to get there? Do you say, I want this by this certain time? I want this amount of money every month. Are we specific with our goals? If so, how? Do you journal? Do you write those things down? Do you do affirmations? Do you meditate on those things? If you're not doing those things, why not? And if you're not doing those things, that may be why you are lacking in your wealth. Do you follow through with your goals? So we can all say what we want, but are you moving in action? Are you making an advance towards the things that you want? Or are you just waiting for them to happen miraculously? If you're not following through, what's going on? Are you serious about your goals? Are you serious about success, about your wealth? And I have my husband and my daughter in the background, so sorry for the noise. I know you all hear the noise, so sorry. But next thing, are you motivated to achieve your goals? How many of us have goals and we want them and we deserve them? We've worked hard for them, but we're not motivated. I'm telling you right now, I've been there. I'm there, here and there anymore, because it doesn't matter. I get there sometimes where I lack motivation. I have a whole lot of ambitions, a whole lot of goals, a whole lot of gifts and skills and talents that I do promote other people to tap into on their own account. But when I pour into so many things, a lot of times it depletes me from meeting my goals. And sometimes it's like, it's so difficult. It's so much. It's so overwhelming. And I throw my hands up and I lack motivation for me. Right? So how do you maneuver around that? Do you believe that you can accomplish the goals that you have set? And I say believe, and I was talking to my sister earlier, believing and feeling are two, we're talking about something else, but believing and feeling are two different things. You can feel however you want to. Those are emotions. But mentally, psychologically, logically, do you believe? You know, feelings are one thing. Feelings will make you teeter and waver in your belief system. But when you believe something, you know it to be true, right? So do you believe that you can accomplish the goals that you have set? If yes, ask yourself. I would like to know what is your process? Please feel free to share what your process is. If not, ask yourself, do you need to readjust your goals or do you need to work harder to achieve them? Sometimes we have goals and they sound like a good idea, but maybe it's not the right time. Doesn't make it a bad idea. You know, everything has a season, and we have to be mindful and logical of those things, right? So I don't want to discourage anyone from having goals and visions, but sometimes we need to rearrange and reprioritize and readjust our mindset in order to accomplish those goals, if that makes any sense. Okay. So, next question. Who and what influences your success? So right now I want you to think about the people that you're in relationships with, whether it's by choice or by circumstance. So I say by choice, that's your your close friends that you choose, your family, things like that. Circumstances, work and school and church, other things, right? That you're just kind of thrown into. So ask yourself these things really quickly. You all grab pen and paper and make these notes. I am going to, if you are part of my Clearest Conscience website, I'm going to put this on my website so you all can look at that. But take some screenshots if you're on your phone real quick, right? So think about these things. Again, who and what influences your success? So the relationships and the people in your life. Do they motivate you or discourage you? You know, do they, it's one thing if they don't say, attaboy, good job, you got it. For me, I don't need those things. I don't need you to tell me I'm doing a good job, I'm awesome. I don't need those things, but I give those things to other people. I validate other people. I'm at a point in my life, I don't need validation. It's nice to hear, but I don't really require it to continue to do what I'm supposed to do, right? But some people do. So I offer those things. So the people in your life, do they motivate you or discourage you? And sometimes with discouragement, it doesn't sound like discouragement. Sometimes it's just a look or well, if that's what you want to do, I mean, it is what, kind of negative. So think about that. The people in your life, do they have their own goals? What I found is a lot of times when you have goals and you deal with other people that don't have goals, that's when they become discouraging. And a lot of times it's not intentional, it's actually habitual. And it's really human nature, right? To be honest. Okay. Are you dealing with people that have their own goals? If they don't have their own goals and you have goals and ambitions, you might want to be careful and be mindful of your company that you keep, because they can easily tear you down. And if you're vulnerable and not mindful of it, it can be a demise for you. So link up with people that have goals. They don't have to be your goals, as long as they have goals and ambitions. I don't want to be vulgar. I want this to be family friendly. Okay. But excuse my language, when you have shitbirds, okay, birds of a feather flock together, right? When you have shitbirds, what does that look like for you? I call them trash bags. My king calls them shitbirds. That's a military term. Shout out to all the veterans and military personnel. That's a Marine thing. That's his thing. I call them trash bags, dollar store trash bags. Okay. So when you hanging around trash, they don't have goals. What happens? Next thing, do your relationships, do these individuals celebrate your success or look down on it? Think about that. Do they express empowerment or envy towards you? And people don't want to pay attention to envy, and it's not something to gloat about. You know, I don't want anybody to be envious of me, certainly not jealous. Um, I do admire people that are where I want to be. It's not envy, it's admiration. And it's actually my motivation, right? Because in my reality, if if I envy you, then I should be wanting to strive to be like you. It so I can admire you and see you and want the same thing without feeling negative emotions towards your well-being. Okay. Next thing, the people in your life, are they a consistent part of your life journey? And that means whether it's positive or negative. You have people that are consistently negative in your life. Real talk. Every time you want to do something, every time you express something great, there's always negativity, always some side swipe conversation or comment consistently. Or do you have people that are always positive, right? But what is the consistency of their presence in your life? Are they trustworthy or are they unreliable? We have to stop investing our time in people that have not earned or deserve our trust, because you should assume that people overall in human nature are unreliable, especially as we go along with time and everything that's going on in the world. People are really unreliable because they're unsure of themselves, right? Are they honest or deceptive? And sometimes we think, are you being truthful or lying? Sometimes deception is disassociated from lying. And it goes back to being trustworthy. People are very conniving and very slick. That's why you have all these con artists and scammers. They're very smooth talking, very cunning and conning, right? The people in your life, are they where you desire to be in the future, or at least on the path there? So if you're dealing with people that are not aligned with you, time is money, right? Energy, resource, all that. Time is money. And you can't get time back. You can get all the money back you want. You can make and spend and make and spend and make and spend money. I'm here to tell you. But time you cannot get back. So are you dealing with people? Are you aligned with people that are going somewhere in the future that's aligned with where you want to go? So for me, as a nurse, as a life coach, as all kinds of things, I might deal with somebody that is a movie producer. I'm not looking for that, but it's aligned with possibilities, right? So where are you going in this journey in life with people? Are the people in your life open to change, both in their own lives as well as others around them, including you? And that's a big thing. We have these relationships over the years, and they're valued because of the time put into them, but not the essence, not the worth, right? Can you deal with somebody that's open to change? If you're married, you and your spouse should be understanding to the fact that you all can change. I've been married for 15 plus years. I've changed, my king has changed, and will keep changing. My parents have changed, my siblings have changed, my friends, we all changed. My children have changed. It's a part of life. But when people cannot understand and respect that you should grow, change is equivalent to growth, right? You can't grow unless you're changing from who you were to who you're going to be. It's the same thing. If people in your life cannot deal with you evolving, you learning from your mistakes and your shortcomings, you growing, what does that mean for them? If people you've had in your life for years and years are stuck on the same things from the past while you're growing, what does that look like for you? And the last question with that is, would you want these individuals in your life right now to remain in your life once you accomplish your set goals? And that's a really hard thing for people to come to terms with. We have people in our lives that are seasonal. And we want to continue to operate like it's summer all year round, winter all year round, like seasons don't change. And we don't want to get rid of old things. If you have baggage in your life right now that's keeping you down, why would you want that baggage in your future for your success? Think about that. And it's hard for a lot of us to fathom that. But what I've learned is I've had a hard time, a horribly difficult time over the years, telling people no, to the point where me not telling you no has been my detriment. But I've learned that sometimes me telling you no is telling myself yes. And you should always say yes to yourself first before you obligate yourself to anyone or anything else. Otherwise, it is unhealthy, it is unwise, it is ungodlike, it's unchristlike, whatever you want to call it. It's downright foolish and ignorant. Okay? So, we're going to connect the dots in this conversation between relationship and wealth. And we're going to look at different scenarios. But before we do, I want to ask you all, how are you feeling? How are you feeling about this conversation? How do you feel about your relationships? How do you feel about your wealth right now? Because we're not done. We're going to dive all the way into this. And we're going to break down scenarios and learn some stuff. So really quickly, speaking of feelings, I want to share with you all, speaking of relationships, we're going to dive into professional relationships. I want to share with you all, as far as feelings, a promotional ad really quickly. And we'll come right back to this conversation. So give me just a second and let's do this ad. I'll be right back. This promotional ad is being brought to you in part through Melaleuca by way of affiliation. Melaleuca is North America's #1 online shopping club. My Melaleuca product pick of the week is Luminex Mood Support. This patented natural formula helps maintain a balanced mood and better cope with the ups and downs of life, gently and naturally, without resorting to chemicals or hormones. It is filled with all natural ingredients, such as St. John's wort, which supports brain activity, essential for emotional health. The Graphenia seed extract helps support mood regulation and nervous system function by increasing serotonin production, along with folic acid, which also helps facilitate the brain's production of neurotransmitters such as serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine, all of which are important mood regulators. And then there's the vitamin B12, a fundamental component of the body's natural biochemistry, essential in maintaining the healthy function of neurons and neurological pathways. If any of you have ever experienced taking antidepressants or other pharmaceutical medications, you'll know that the side effects are not always fun. But with Luminex Mood Support, you get all natural ingredients to help balance out your life so that you can live the best life. Ask me how you can get connected with Melaleuca today and start shopping for healthier products, all natural products, today. All right, so that's my promo for Melaleuca. You all let me know. Again, it's actually North America's #1 online shopping club. I've been shopping with them for over 5 years now. All natural products. I love it. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. So we're gonna finish this conversation. I've got to attend to my king. So we're gonna finish this conversation. Let me share my screen again. Give me just a second, so we can finish this up. And thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. I see Queen Kathy B, who is on vacation. I'm so excited for her. The Maze is in the house with Mind Games Uncut. My Queen Mother is in here. So we're going to finish this conversation really quickly. Let me bring back up someone. Again, I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Stereo, and Clubhouse. So I'm going to bring back up my screen really quickly so we can finish this conversation. Okay, so we are going to connect the dots on this conversation, right? So looking at, we're going to start with, hang on. We're going to start with marriage and partnership, okay? So with this, and again, we're talking about the correlation between relationships and wealth, right? So with marriage or partnerships or whatnot, first question, what is the financial status of your partner, you and your partner? Do you have financial planning in place? You know, and if you're in a marriage right now, we might be past that point, but still yet it's something to look at. When we look at credit scores, habits of saving and investments, is there a retirement plan? Is there proper life protection? So you all know I do life insurance. I'm a licensed life insurance agent on top of being a nurse. So I'm very honest and open, right? With that. And I love to help people with proper life protection. So whether you choose me or someone else, that's something that needs to be talked about. And those things can impact your wealth when it comes to your relationship, marriage-wise or partnership-wise. Okay. Are you in a relationship with someone that is not responsible when it comes to paying bills on time? So think about this. I know with the light bill here in Indiana, with IPL or AES, whatever they want to call themselves, if you pay your bill late, it's anywhere between $6 and $9. $6 and $9 for a late fee each time, right? So that adds up. 6 times 12, 9 times 12, 12 months, right? It adds up for the year. Every time you pay your bill late, you know, and it does affect your credit. Okay. Is your credit probably being managed? If you're dealing with someone that has no concept of maintaining a good credit score to save money for your relationship and your family, that may be an issue. When it comes to joint bank accounts, if you're dealing with someone that is not responsible financially, you may not want to have a joint bank account with that person. even in a marriage. And if you do, you should do it only for business purposes, right? But I would not put all my eggs into one basket if you're dealing with someone, or if you're someone that's irresponsible financially. You know, do you have a living will or a trust? No one is guaranteed tomorrow, right? So what happens if something happens to my husband, my king? Can I balance out the responsibilities financially? Conversations that we need to have, right? Do you own anything? So when we're talking about wealth, do you own anything? Do you have sustainable assets? An abundance of assets? Do you own land? Queen Kathy B will tell you, I love talking to her. She has educated me so much with buying land versus buying a house. It's a big difference. I would love her to, you all, please connect with the United Empires of Akiba line. We have a radio station, Good Morning from Africa Town, Los Angeles, morning radio show. And I'm saying that in the intermittent because I've learned so much from this group, this small group that's growing, including Kathy B, talking about land and buying land versus buying a house. You know, so much knowledge. And that's what I'm here to share with you all. That's what the United Empires of Akiba line is here to share. So, yeah, we don't think about leaving a legacy when we pass on. That's not important, especially to the Black community. It's not something that is at the forefront of our mindset, right? Even with child rearing, are we setting goals for our children to succeed? Same thing with savings and investments, you know. So think about that. If you're in a relationship where there's a financial struggle, there should be a conversation. There should be a plan of action with a solution in mind, right? Who wants to continue to struggle all the time? When it comes to retirement, can you even afford to retire? A lot of us can't anymore. I'm 41 years old. Social Security, I don't know what Social Security is going to look like when I'm trying to retire right now, but I'm not going to bank on that. I choose to make different provisions because I don't want to bank on the government. I don't. So think about those things with relationships, especially if you're not in a contracted relationship, i.e. marriage. Think about those things. If you have wealth and abundance, I would get a prenup. You know, I would, if there are someone's feelings. Okay. You know, marriage is a contract. And my husband and I talk about this all the time. You know, if you're committed, you're committed. It shouldn't require a piece of paper to make that solid or to give you a reason not, to do or not do. So that's a mindset. Okay. So when you talk about marriage and being contractual, it does come down to assets and wealth, right? So be mindful of those things. The next one is, let me see. Close family. So looking at close family, let's look at our children. Are we properly educating our children on financial wealth and financial independence? We want to tell our children to go to college, but we don't set up college funds or finances for them not to come out of school in debt. A lot of these careers and these professions, you go to school, you spend all this money on, and you have all this student debt, but you work all these years and still won't be able to pay off that student debt. True or not true? Isn't that true? I think it is. I know it is. And I know in our family, we talk about going to college. My youngest, 18, just graduated. He was looking at an apprenticeship. He was going to go to college. Then he switched to an apprenticeship. And now he's in an in-between state, right? College is not for everyone, but having a plan should be, right? Being strategic, having backup plans. Okay. Are we teaching our children about credit scores, about investment and savings? Christmas time is coming up, right? We're looking at buying all this expensive nonsense for our children. Do they have a savings account? So I know really quickly, I'm going to share this really quickly with you all. Hang on. I'll share in just a second, but really quickly, no, I will share it with Acorns. So I don't know if you all saw, but with Acorns, I am promoting Acorns, which allows you to invest your spirit change, right? When you swipe your debit card linked to your bank account, it puts your spirit change into an account that grows your money. Okay. I don't know if you all saw here recently in the news, banking systems, they're usually like 3% of interest rates, and they dropped to 1%. Okay. So with Acorns, you invest your spare change you're not even thinking about. You spend $20.50 at the bank at the gas pump. That 50 cents is invested into your account. And it actually grows your money at a higher interest rate than the banks. But I have such a hard time encouraging people to sign up. So if you go to my excuse me, I'm gonna drink some water. Excuse me. If you go to my Facebook page, my Clearest Conscience page, it is actually at the top of my post. You can sign up for Acorns. And right now, what I have, I'm going to show you all. Give me just a second. Right now, I'm actually offering. So this t-shirt right here, I have an online apparel store. Okay. So, and you can find this on my Clearest Conscious page. I'm going to put that up this weekend. This is the Billionaire Bound shirt in black. And then I have it also in white. So for the first 4 people that sign up for Acorns by tomorrow, by Saturday, I'll give you this shirt. Okay. That easy. But it's crazy because I don't mind giving things away, but no one should have to offer you something to better your life. But that's what we do. So I can go along. So first 4 people from now until tomorrow, sign up for Acorns using my app on my Facebook page. I will gift you this shirt. Just inbox me when you do and let me know. And I will look out for that on my notifications with Acorn. Let me know your size and where to ship it to. You can have a shirt because I want to help you all advance your wealth. Okay. So that is that. Just a side note. But my point today is there's options for people to advance their wealth. So I do want to encourage you all to do that. So back to this little PowerPoint I presented so I can stay on point. Yeah, I got to stay on point. So let me do this. So yes, what's going on with our children? So let's look at close family with our parents. Okay. We don't want to talk about end of life things, but everybody that's born has to, unfortunately, experience death, right? So are we talking about living wills and trusts, power of attorneys, right? Are we talking to our seniors about retirement, advanced directives, life insurance? Think about people being on fixed incomes, okay? That's a big deal in the senior community. So when we talk about things like voting, laws and regulations and things like that, those are important conversations to have when it comes to our seniors, right? Because when we don't realize the importance of taking care of our seniors anymore, which is a shame. And then we look at siblings, right? How many of us have siblings that are just different? You know, we have different goals. And the point of the family situation, how responsible are we obligated to be for our close family members? As far as my seniors, my elders, I'm 100%. You know, so and teach their own, right? But those things impact our wealth, though. We should be talking to our senior loved ones about preparation with things. We should be prepping our children. Funny story, that story with a couple years ago with the parents, Aunt Becky from Full House. You know, those parents that were paying college people to let their kids in. And what's her name? Laura something, but Aunt Becky from Full House. Her comment was, her money was her money. She earned that money. She did not want to have to take care of children for the rest of her life. She wanted to set them up so that they can take care of themselves. Was what she did right? Yeah. I got what she was saying, though. You know, so let's look at professional relationships and how it ties in with our wealth. So look at this. Are you at a job? Are you working a job where you can grow, both in your skill and financially? How many of us have been on a job for years, can't get a promotion, can't get a raise, can't get an advancement, and you know you're not going to? Do you have a sense of value in the workplace that you're currently at? How can your experience in the professional field help you on your path to being your own boss? And that's something that a lot of us don't think about. We don't think about being our own bosses, but we don't understand that you'll never get rich working for someone else. Do you have a healthy home and work balance? And usually they say the work-home balance, but it's homework for me because it's home first. And for me, a lot of times it hasn't been home first because I'm so horned in on work. And that's unhealthy. It's unwise. It's foolish. Is your job causing more stress than reward? Are you even happy doing what you're doing? A lot of us keep doing jobs that we are comfortable with, that we become complacent with, but there's no happiness, there's no joy. What's the point? What professional options do you have? And I'm here to tell you, if you feel like you don't have any skills, I am here to help you with that. That is what my website is all about. My Clearest Conscience is all about. It's about empowering other people to live their best lives. I have so many options and avenues and solutions. And some of those things are not even what I would do. But I have understanding to share with you how to do whatever you want to do. So I don't want you all to feel stuck in something that doesn't work for you because you don't feel like you have any other option, because it is affecting your wealth and your health. Right? So, what's the next one? The fourth scenario is this is the last one. Friendships. So in friendships, a lot of times we misconstrue definitions. Okay. So here's a definition of friend: a person whom one knows and with whom one has a bond of mutual affection. Usually those who offer you support, improve your quality of life, promote self-confidence, provide honesty and unconditional love, and help you progress mentally. Versus an acquaintance is a person one knows slightly, but who is not a close friend. Someone you have met and know slightly, but not well. So we're all on. You're listening on social media. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and share. I appreciate your time and energy. But if you don't have my phone number, okay, if you don't know nothing about me, we're probably not friends. My thing is, if I can't trust you, my kids, my car, my cash, and my king, I can probably call you an acquaintance. You don't have to be a friend. And that's what we have to recognize. People don't have to be friends. We put so much hope and consideration to people that have no value in our lives. And then we get offended when things happen. So with your friends, what is the value of your friendships? Would you say that you have more acquaintances or more friends overall in life right now? Friends can be very overrated. I don't need a whole lot of friends. I got enough family. And if we're friends, I don't need a whole lot of problems. Everyone has issues. Everyone has life going on. But if your whole life is issues and chaos, I don't need friendship that bad. Okay? What is the meaning and value of each of your relationships? You have people that are bringing things to the table or just keep taking. A lot of us keep giving and giving and giving and don't mind for some reason people continue to keep taking. And I'm learning that, especially as a life coach, just learning me. We keep pouring into people that have nothing of value to offer. And relationships aren't tit for tat, but you have to bring something to the table. Right? Are you growing within each of your relationships? If you're not growing, if you're stagnant, if you're falling behind, considering cutting some ties and setting some boundaries. Okay? Is there mutual respect and support within your relationships? And how important is the existence of validation in each of your relationships? Again, for me, I don't need anyone to validate anything that I do. It's always nice when people say, I'm proud of you, I'm so proud of you. Yeah, well, I appreciate it, but you don't even see the behind the scenes. So you can't really appreciate the work because you can't see the behind the scenes. So I acknowledge that, but it doesn't move me one way or another. I don't need validation like that, but I will certainly give it because I understand human nature. Right? So, in conclusion to that, let's think about some things. First of all, you must know the wealth of your own worth. You have to be accountable to yourself and for yourself. So when we're dealing with relationships, a lot of times We keep giving. All these scenarios I just gave, we keep giving. There's no real balance. There's no boundaries. There's no limitation. We are out of line with ourselves and therefore out of line with our relationships. A lot of times we let things go. We give passes. We overlook things and they become unhealthy situations. But you can't look at the fault of your relationships without looking at how you wound up in these relationships, right? You can't expect others to understand, agree, or support any goal you have in life, regardless of the nature of the relationship. We will get so disappointed and so heartbroken when we're trying to express ourselves and be vulnerable and open and honest and real. And this one's opinions or their feelings or their, disapproval shakes us. And it staggers you from moving forward. Okay, you have to have courage to push past those disappointments in order to live your best life. And you have to choose relationships that allow you to grow and allow you to empower the growth of others. Because whether we like it or not, we're all in this together, right? 6 degrees of separation. Okay. Choosing to remain in unhealthy relationships is like choosing to live a life of poverty, because the wrong people can bring you down at just the right moment. And sometimes it'll cost you more than you're willing to pay. And the last part of that is wealth is more than just material things. It is a psychological mindset. And at the end of the day, your health is your wealth. Right? So we allow people to stress us out, overwhelm us, keep taking, and never giving. There's something wrong with that. Again, can you be okay with letting relationships and people and situations go that are not for your benefit? I can't keep telling you yes if that means telling myself no. But if telling you no means telling myself yes, I'll give you no thank you. I don't know how nice you want it to be. But we have to think about how what we do in our lives, how it impacts us, and how long term, right? How does it impact us long term? The relationships that we have, do we keep working and toiling and sowing, and what we reap is just wasted? Can we have conversations with our loved ones about being real, about being responsible and accountable? We should. No one wants to talk about death or, end of life and, responsibilities and credit scores, but those things are necessary. Otherwise, we're going to keep being in relationships that we don't hold other people accountable for. Right? Relationships are two ways. It's a two-way street, right? So when we don't hold one another accountable, then why is your life a mess? If you hang out with bums, you're probably a bum. And you might not think that, but think about your relationships. I want to hang out with people that are doing stuff, that are going somewhere, that have goals and ambitions and dreams, and that can actively pursue them, even if they're not my own. If I have a millionaire that's making robots and I'm a millionaire doing nursing, two different things, but it's a millionaire mindset. Does that make sense? Birds of a feather flock together. If you're not careful, if we keep assisting people and enabling people that don't want to do better, you will waste your time and your energy and eventually your money and all your resources. pouring into someone, pouring into people that don't care. Because once you're gone, they'll take from somebody else. So the point of this whole conversation is being mindful of your relationships. It is okay to dream big. It's okay to not want to hang out with people that don't have ambitions. And I'm telling you, for me, it's been very hard. I'm always trying to save and help and all this stuff. Well, they said Jesus saves, so I'll let Jesus save them. I cannot keep saving everybody that does not want to be saved. And a lot of people don't. Some people just don't know any better. And that's where I come in. I cannot tell people what to do. I can try to lead you to where you need to be, not where I want you to be. And that's good relationship. I'm a cool person to know. I'm just going to tell you, I'm a cool person to know. I'm an awesome person to know. I validate. I will rock with you. If you have ambition, you're trying, I will. But if you have no goals, that's okay too. Just don't come over here taking from me. Right? So that is what I have. Hopefully that bless someone. Hopefully that helps someone. But think about those things. Choose your relationships wisely. Stop pouring your time and energy into people that will never pay it forward. Not even get back to you, but pay it forward. If I bless someone, I don't expect it back, but I do expect you to pay it forward. But certain people just want to keep taking and taking and taking. And if you're listening, you've been forewarned. So don't do it over here. So with that being said, I hope that blessed someone. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you, Queen Kathy. Thank you, my sister, my queen sister, Crystal, my queen mother, D-Maze of Mind Games Uncut. Thank you all for tuning in. Think about those things, right? Again, make sure you all go to my Facebook page, my Clearest Conscience Facebook page. Sign up for Acorns. Got till Saturday. And then come Monday, I'll do a different promo for people that sign up. But again, it's for your benefit, right? Save some money. I don't know if you also have a news, but like the mainstream banks, when you invest your money, they're only giving you 1% back on interest anymore. It was like between 1% and 3%. Now it's 1%. And if you don't know this, the banks, when you put your money in your bank, they only have to keep 10% of your money that you invest. The rest of the 90%, they actually loan out to other big stream companies and they profit off of that. So please go over to my page and sign up for Acorns. Again, first 4 people that do it by tomorrow, Saturday, I will gift you the t-shirt I shared with you. Let me show it again. Hang on. The first 4 people that sign up, I will gift you this t-shirt. There you go. Millionaire Bound. It's in white or black. Okay. So sign up for that. And again, it's investing your money and it's growing your money way quicker than the bank. So you're putting your money somewhere anyway. So just use some common sense. I can't make people do what I want them to do. But I'm just saying. That's why some people are so broke. But anyways, hopefully that bless someone. Yeah, so sign up by Saturday. And then I will switch the promo on Sunday. So it'll be something different every week. But just sign up and start saving some money. And fix your mindset, right? Who wants to get being broke? So my voice is running out. I'm gonna get off of here. I appreciate you all tuning in. Please like, please share. Please sign up for Acorns. Okay. And until I'm actually my nephew has a play next Friday. He's in the Wiz. I'm so proud of him. He's so intelligent, so awesome. So I'll be there next Friday. So I will not be on next Friday, but the Friday after that, we will be on at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thank you all for tuning in. We're going to get out of here. Until next time, peace, love, and blessings.